It is March the 23rd, 2021. I'm Andy, and this is the Minorcan Mullet Report from the Golden Ray Rec site in the St. Simons Sound. Well, we had a little action today. Some things started happening, and we're really happy to be able to bring you this stuff today. They started taking cars out of Section 7 today, and we saw them do this, of course, in Section 2 in an attempt to shed weight from that bow section before it was cut. Now back on the stern, again, Section 7. This is the section that has the big engine in it. We saw that blue grapple machine, again, out on the barge and pulling cars out of the section. They were pulling them out and stacking them over on the other barge, and we got a pretty good view, and we got some still shots of this, but we got the video here. We're going to let this run so you guys can kind of watch this operation as it happened, and we'll have some comments on the other side of this thing. I know the video is kind of distant. We had it zoomed in as far as we could get in there. We're kind of still observing the safety zone, and on this side of the ship, because of the distance of the environmental barrier, it really puts us at a pretty good clip away from the ship itself. So we threw in those still shots there, that series of shots there. So hoping you guys could see a little more detail. We've got this is more, obviously here, another car coming out. They were moving along with this process. We don't know exactly when they got started with it, but they were making pretty good progress from the pile of cars that we could see in some of the shots. We got around to the other side of the ship, and we'll have a few more still shots of that where we could really get in and see how those pieces are starting to stack up. And then, we've had a few comments from folks that have said, we see them doing this, taking the cars off, putting them on the spud barge, and then moving that barge back into the port to unload it onto the larger hopper barge. Why aren't they just kind of moving the hopper barge in and loading it there? Well, guess what we saw today? We saw the hopper barge that's been on anchor up in Brunswick pulled back out to the site. We saw the Caitlin towing the barge out, and then it was moved into position. So maybe that's their plan, but the barge that originally or that was loaded with those cars off of Section 2 was back out and brought out to the site, and maybe they're going to load that barge there in an effort to speed up the operation. Not really sure, but just something we noticed and thought we'd share it. We got some video of that coming up with the Caitlin bringing the barge out, and then it was maneuvered into position over along one of the other barges close to the operation. So hopefully that kind of speeds up things as they are kind of progressing out there on the site. Now, over at the VB today, the spreader bars were both cabled up high into the arch, into the gantry system. The repair barge was still underneath the VB and kind of tucked up underneath that west side or inshore side of the unit. We think this is the port side, but it looked like they had the cutting blocks, the blocks that they use that are actually attached to the chain, were down, and it looked like maybe those were being serviced now. So we keep watching the maintenance process as it unfolds, and this is something we've seen after every cut where the barge is pulled in, and the guys go in and check and make sure that everything looks like it's being serviced properly. If there's anything that needs to be done, the inspections are done. All that's done before they move the VB back over the ship. So we saw look like they're making some headway, working on the cutting blocks now. Well, hey, that's about all we've got for today. I know it was kind of a long episode. The video, we really wanted to show you guys the cars coming out. We're going to ask, if you haven't done it yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button, and then send us some comments. And most of all, we want you guys to stay safe out there.